Welcome back. In our last video, we have covered what SageMaker is. Today, we are getting hands-on, creating your first notebook instance and running actual code. So let's jump right in. So before we start, make sure you have like an AWS account with SageMaker access and the basic IAM permissions for SageMaker, and that's it. SageMaker handle the rest. So let's start. Log in into your AWS account and in the search bar, just type the SageMaker and click on SageMaker Studio AI and you will see this page, right? So if you look at the left side, so we have our SageMaker resources here. So today we are focusing on notebook instance. So I have just click on the notebook, and if you see, we have the option create notebook instance. So just click on the create notebook instance. Now I'm going to create one notebook. So I have just take the ng first notebook demo 2 because I have just before this video I have created the one more. So yeah, I have putting here for the notebook instance type. So we have the MLT3 medium, right? So just select this for it is perfect for learning and the development. So notice ml.m5.large is also available for more incentive work, right? But right now we are choosing the ml.t3.medium. Okay, and we have the additional configuration where if you want to like stop your instance after some time, like a 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so you will create the lifecycle configuration here, and you have to specify your volume size not going to be accessed with the 5 GB, right? But yeah, you have the option to select the till 16 GB, but it's going to be costly. And minimum IMDS versions, select the minimum IMDM version that can use in the your instance. So for now, I have just choosing the one. Okay, and we have the IAM role here. So if you want to create new, so you can create here, and if you click here, so you can see we have the S3 bucket you specify where you can choose the any S3 bucket or specific S3 bucket. That means if you want to run this instance for the particular or specific buckets, so then you can choose this part. But for now, I'm just choosing the any S3 buckets, right? And the some default permissions already there. So yeah, after it you just need to click on the create role, but for now I have just created, so I'm not going to be select, right? And if you go down, right, we have the network where we can provide the BPC if you want to access this instance outside the network. So yeah, you can specify the BPC here, virtual network. And we have the Git repository section. So if you want to add any Git repository, so yeah, you can also add it. We have the tag option there. If you want to search your instance by some tag name, so yeah, you can also provide here. But for now, I'm not going to add any tag. I'm just going to create. Okay. All right. I'm going to create new one. So just wait for a second. So yeah, it's going to be created. So I have just selected this Amazon SageMaker, the new role which I have just created for this instance, right? So that previous IAM role is just for the different notebook instance, and it's not going to be allowed to select here. So yeah, I have just selected the new one. Now I'm going to create, yeah. So if you see, I have already one instance here, but the instance which I have just created, so it's in a status like a pending mode. So it will take a 3 to 4 minutes. So let's go uh, uh, like a understand what happening behind the scene. Okay, so now we have the status in service. Now I'm going to click Open Jupyter. So it's going to redirect on the Jupyter page. So just wait for a second. So yeah, now we have to go with the new button, and in the new button we have the lot more options for the environment which AWS SageMaker already provided to us. So now we are going with the conda Python 3. If you're working with the TensorFlow, PyTorch, and the other ones, so yeah, you can choose according to it. But now we are going to do some basic testing. So we have to choose the conda Python 3. So if you see, when I have just selected, so it's going to be redirected on a new tab with the new file where we have the notebook, right? We can do some coding here. So now I'm going to take a code snips, right? So just give me a second. Yeah, I have a code here. So you can see first we are going to verify our environment with the help of sys library, right? And then we are going to check the libraries. These are the available or not, right? And we have to get some execution role. So we have the SageMaker object where we are going to call this method, which is providing us to our execution role, right? Which we have created when we have a configured it, correct? So now you will see the last one, we have create a SageMaker session. So for it, SageMaker object has the session method, and with the session object, if you see, we have the default bucket. So it's going to be grab all the default S3 bucket which are available in our uh, in this account, right? So now I'm going to hit shift enter. So it's just after this shift enter, it's going to run complete code step by step. So if you see, we have seen the Python version, so it has a run this line, right? And we have the one warning here. The warning says if you have using the pandas, then you need to version num expression above the 2.7.3. So we have to take the 2.8.4. So if you want, so yeah, you can install explicitly. So it haven't any problem right now. And if you see, we have the other uh, line of code is execution here. So we have the SageMaker configuration info, right? And the SageMaker SDK version, which we have put here. So we have printed out the SageMaker SDK version, which is the 2.247.0. And we have the execution role, which we have created earlier. So you can see here, right? We have fetched successfully with the help of SageMaker, right? And don't worry about this code snip. So I will share with you through the GitHub account. So yeah, you can copy it and try it by your own. And if you see, we have just printed out the default S3 bucket. So we have the bucket, the by default, the SageMaker US East one, this, right? So this is a first a small block of you can say code which we have tested through the SageMaker. Now I'm going to pick the more, so to be checked everything is working fine. So let's do some more interesting, right? So I am just going to paste here one more code. So here we have generated the sample data with the help of NP, right? The NumPy. So NumPy is going to be create the X data and the Y, right? And with the help of matplotlib, we are going to plot the data which is generated by the NP, right? So if you see, we are going to be plotted. So we have provided the figure size, whatever the size we want here, and whatever the uh, like opacity we are going to provide in the UI, right? And the X label, Y label, title. These all the things we are going to cover in the separate matplotlib video. So I'm going to be skip right now because I'm only focusing on the SageMaker, right? So if you see on the save data to S3, so we are using the pandas, and the pandas have the data frame, and the data frame we are creating the one data frame through the pandas. So it will going to be saved on the df variable, right? So this object have the data frame. So now we are going to convert the complete data frame into the a CSV file, sample underscore data. So it will be done by the to underscore CSV method, okay, which is available in the pandas object. And after that, I am going to upload to it into the S3, right? So for that, we have the session which we have created earlier here, right? And for this session, I'm going to upload data and what the a file name. So it is the sample underscore data.csv. And what is the bucket name? So I have already saved the bucket name here, right? And we have the key prefix. So a key prefix is a data. And if we see, we have the print, right? If the it's going to be updated to the S3 successfully. So we have got that path as well. So I'm now going to run it, right? So it will take a time. So let it be run it. So now you can see the matplotlib is building the font cache, and you can see the beautiful diagram which is created by the matplotlib, right? And we have also uploaded our data into the S3 bucket, right? Through this. Okay. So now just check one more thing. You see we have the sample data here, and if I want to see the sample data, so yeah, you can see here whatever the X and Y available, so I have just printed out here, right? Why I have got this .csv? Because of this code, right? Now I am just going to check for to be validated. Okay, I don't think so it's necessary, but yeah, I'm going to check. So we have the S3, right? And yeah, so it's going to be loaded. So you see, we have the SageMaker bucket, right? And in the bucket, we have the data, which we have provided the key prefix. And if we are going to it, so we have the sample underscore data CSV, right? So this is all the things. So before we wrap up, let's figure out a auto stop to save cost. Okay, so I have already explained you about the life cycle configuration, okay, for our notebook instance. So you can do it from there. And one more thing, under the additional configuration, you have find out the volume size of 5 GB, which I have discussed with you. So it's usually enough for the experiment. Okay, so quick best practices for the notebook instance, what we have. So the first one is use ml.t3 medium for the development, and ml.m5.large for the heavier process. And always stop instance when not in use, right? To save your money. Okay. And use Git for versioning control. This is the practices which you need to follow when you are doing the development. And we have the stored data in S3 and not a local storage. And the last, setup lifecycle configuration for your auto stop, right? This is the main thing. So congratulations, you have created your first SageMaker notebook instance and run ML code in the cloud. So in our next video, we will dive into running training jobs. So your homework, create a notebook instance, explore the pre-installed library, and don't forget to stop when it's done. So see you in the next video.